Bavarian beer cheese. I slid the ramekin of my version of German Oberste across the sampling counter to the middle-aged couple the way a bartender might offer up a brew. Since I was a cheesemonger, however, the cheese-to-stout ratio favored the cheese heavily. It's a different take on American beer cheese, I continued. The Germans came up with the recipe as a way to use up their soft cheese before it went bad. It's mixed with butter and seasonings. The orange hue is from the paprika. You can make it with a combination of camembert, brie, cream cheese, or you can go more authentic and use a strong Bavarian cheese. I mixed the two, camembert and romadur, for this one. Spread some on that pretzel bread and see what you think. The couple had come in looking for some elevated tailgating ideas as the Cal versus Stanford football game was approaching. I could see they were hesitant after putting a nose to the pungent concoction. Archie, my loyal employee and friend, stood next to me behind the counter, watching the interaction. I'd been mentoring him since he began working in my shop last spring. "I don't blame you," he said to them. "I was a little scared to try it, too, after we made it. It's got some intense flavors in there, but it's delicious, believe me." They must have decided to trust the affable 19-year-old because they each plucked a bite-sized piece of the kosher salted pretzel bagels from the proffered basket and slathered on the dip, bravely popping it in their mouths. They nodded with satisfied smiles. "That is good," the husband said, going back for more. "There's a reason it's been around since the 1920s, Archie said, handing them one of the recipe cards we'd typed up that morning. I stepped back to let him take over the sale with Mrs. Schultz, who'd also been with me since we opened Curds Whey 7 months ago. She stood behind him at the checkout counter. Under her apron, she wore a blouse, a colorful string scarf, and a pleated skirt that showed off her good ankles. It was a trait she took pride in, being smack dab in her 60s, as she liked to say. I'd told her and Archie the history of Oberste, while the three of us experimented that morning with several recipes until we came up with the current concoction, the best of the lot. Outside the shop windows, the brilliant red-orange leaves still clung to the crepe myrtle trees dotting the Pleasant Avenue sidewalk, making me yearn for hearty fall recipes. That was yet another thing I loved about cheese. It never went out of season.